talk UWB, Wi-Fi, and beyond. Payman, you want to take it away?
Sure. So, think we are gonna talk about what we've been doing at Cisco on location and how we are
Yeah.
collaborating with Google. But here we have, the different functions we've been working on for indoor location. For indoor location to work, the first requirement is accurate map. If you want to know where you are and you want to be accurate down to sub-meter, your maps need to be accurate. So Cisco Spaces have been working on accurate map, consuming CAD maps and creating 3D maps, which are visually understandable by people. It shows you conference room desk and other things. The other piece which we've been on for a couple of years, which is key, is knowing where the APs are on that map. So traditionally, people had to manually place people move APs around. Sometimes the APs get swapped and create errors. So we've been working on locating the APs on the map automatically, and this feature have been out for a couple of years, where we use GPS, Wi-Fi, and now UWB to automatically place the APs on the map. So that here is placing APs on an accurate map. Now, when you know where the APs are, the APs would be the anchor to locate other devices relative to the APs. So we have been working with Roy on indoor wayfinding, where we started with FTM, with the APs being the anchor and the phone finding a location relative to the APs. Then the other piece which we've been working on, and we have an app, is to get those 3D maps where we have on cloud and then get them on a phone. So the phone can compute the location, and we have an app where the map is available, and then you could see on a blue dot where you are on that map. So that, and then once you know where you are, you could do indoor navigation, and we have routes defined on the maps on spaces, so it makes all of that possible. The other piece which we've been working on, and it's used in hospitals, warehouses, and a lot of places, is asset tracking,
Mhm.
uh, where the asset periodically send a signal over BLE or recently over UWB, and we receive those signals and we can compute the location of asset tag and place it on the 3D maps on spaces. And this could help you find an asset, and then combination of indoor navigation and asset tracking, you could find your way to that asset. The, the other piece which have become, a focus recently, working with Roy and some school districts, is not if the AP location, somebody place a 911 call, we could help the district find where somebody is. We could also help the emergency responders, and this is key because emergency people getting on site quicker, and that is another aspect of indoor location we've been working on.
Yeah, we've had many conversations on the show previously about, AP placement, location, services, stuff like that. But I just can't stress that enough how important it is to have your APs placed properly. I used to, when I would talk to customers, I had a slide that I don't have it now, but I used my favorite predictive survey tool, and I had the same number of access points on the slide. And it was basically a hallway, and it was, okay, here's what it looks like, because a lot of times at the time, customers that I would talk to would place all their APs in the hallway. And I had it with the APs in the hallway, and there was a bunch of, dead spots, or the signal to noise ratio. The coverage was not good. It was not green, the map. And then what I did was I just basically took the same four APs, whatever it was on this slide, moved them out to the perimeter in the rooms, basically outside of the hallway, and magically everything was green, and the coverage looked great on the map. So it was, I guess the point was, you can still, not that you don't necessarily need more APs for location, that's not the point. You probably do, but even with the same number of APs in that example, the placement makes a huge difference.
Exactly. You got to place them on the perimeter so you can
Yep.
compute the location more
Yep.
accurately
Yeah.
within. Then I think the other piece where of our focus on innovation have been designing APs, which from the very early phases in the design, we've been focused on making them work well for indoor location. So for on Wi-Fi 7, we have improvement on BLE and Wi-Fi, which we had before. On Wi-Fi, we have 11AZ. We also calibrate our APs pretty well. And then on Bluetooth, we have the latest version, which supports channel sounding. But what we have added also is, we've added GPS to the APs to 9176 and 9178, and we have added ultra wideband. So now with GPS being inside the APs, any locate becomes a lot easier. And with ultra wideband, we get more location accuracy. And this has been because we want to deliver good location outcomes.
Hey, Payman, question, because if somebody's going to deploy these, do I have to worry about interference between ultra wideband and say Wi-Fi? Are they in different bands?
So great question, Alan. So what we've done is we've put ultra wideband on channel line, and which is on 7 point on the higher part of 7 GHz band, so it does not interfere with Wi-Fi in 6 GHz, where if we would
Okay.
have put it on channel 5, then it could. So and channel 9 is available worldwide, and phones and asset tags all support it. So and we've designed filters around UWB and Wi-Fi, so the two can coexist without
Oh,
any.
nice. Nice. And I mean, with BLE, obviously, we had a little bit of interference with 2.4, but so this takes it completely out of the band now. That's
Yes,
great.
exactly.